You are hearing the Minneapolis Symphony for the first time. And a few facts about the orchestra may interest you. We have a total of 90 members, of whom 6 are women. Of these 90 members, and I might say right here that we have 4 of them who are sick today and who are not here. But of these 90 members, 60 play violins, violas, cellos, basses, and 1 the harp. That is what we call the string section. The other 30 members are divided among the woodwinds, brasses, and percussion. The woodwind section contains the flutes and piccolo, the oboe and English horn, the clarinets and bass clarinet, the bassoons and contrabassoon. The brass section includes the French horns, trumpets, trombones, and tuba. And in the percussion section are the timpanis, drums, cymbals, and other noise-making instruments. This is the standard combination of all symphony orchestras, and when an orchestra is larger or smaller than ours, the only difference is in the number of string players. I might add that our organization has been in existence for 45 years. Though only 2 of us are left who were with it when it started. Al Rudd, first violinist, and he's over there somewhere. Get up, Al. He's one of the sick boys today. And the other one, myself. And I originally played the cello. And now for our program. In the first place, I want to say that our associate conductor, Mr. Yves Chardon, will conduct the orchestra today. Mr. Metropolis is in New York, conducting the New York Philharmonic during the next 4 weeks. After you have sung the national anthem, Mr. Chardon will open with a symphonic march by the French composer Emmanuel Chabrier. The title is Marche Joyeuse, or as we would say, Joyous March. According to a picture on the cover of the music, it suggests a group of young people linked arm in arm, returning home, singing and dancing after a jolly party. Just like some of you, perhaps, after your football team has won a game. Marche Joyeuse is really more descriptive of the high spirits of the young folks than of a march as we understand the term. And now, here is Mr. Chardon.
I believe that was the music of Chabrier. It was a joyous march, apparently, from the Manchant 3M tape archiving project. I'm vk3sl. Welcome to the afternoon sessione, and I think you're there, Frank.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, okay. I'm a bit headachy, but I'm determined to see beyond that and just soldier on. So, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll be fine. So,
I'm going to a radio club meeting tonight.
Are you? Oh, very good.
It's all right. I can stick around for early. But
yeah, that's all fine. No worries. So you're heading off to that, and will you be back for late night tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Good. All right. Well, we'll do a program. I won't go terribly late because it just doesn't really suit the rhythm of things anymore to go too late.
No, that's right.
At this point in time, it's a busy weekend. I've got corrections and school stuff to do all this weekend.
How did Liz's exam go?
Oh, she was happy with it. She thought it went well. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
She was positive. Yeah, she thought it was. She really enjoyed it. Yeah, and
that's terrific.
She really. I think it was sort of prompted her into action during the program, and she sort of studied with her head in the book and listening to lots of the material and associated material.
That was good.
So it was a nice way to sort of frame it all, really.
It was good to hear it on the air, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't it ever? I was just really taken. What was that guy, Ralph Towner?
Yeah, he was quite great, wasn't he?
Amazing. Yeah, it's just all this great music out there. It's good to discover new artists. I will play that program at some stage. I'll keep it there in the vaults to play on our typical program, because for those who weren't initiated, we actually had a midweek missions for Livy as a sort of a study missions, really,
Yeah.
for her guitar exam, which was on Thursday. So yeah, that was it. So Tuesday we did an impromptu program. Yeah, anyhow, so I'm looking forward to a long weekend. It will be a change of pace, and that's going to be good. And in terms of programs, yes, tonight we'll just play something weird and wonderful and reach into the vaults. And tomorrow afternoon, I've got a social function tomorrow, so I won't be able to do tomorrow afternoon. But Sunday should be fine. So, yeah, I might be able to put something on for just half an hour, just to keep the airwaves warm at 5. We'll see how we go, but I don't think it'll be a sustained program tomorrow. I think I'll leave at 5:30 or 20 to 6 or something, so it's not time to really do anything substantial.
No.
But yeah, Sunday should be okay though. Should be right for Sunday. Because there's no other major plans.
I'm likewise, I think.
Yeah, sure. That's all good. Yay. So, any other news of the week?
Nothing special, no.
Okay.
So ticking along.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the gramophonics in the lounge room, and when I come home from work, I play. I've been playing lots of violinists, and that's the old gramophone sounds particularly good with violinists.
Oh, wonderful!
And it's just been really fun just to go through the theatre of winding it up, and it's a theatrical experience.
Yeah, I know. I used to love it as a kid.
Yeah, it's so visceral. You put the record on, you wind the thing up, and you sharpen a thorn needle. And because I've been using, I'm really getting into fibre needles because the steel needles tear up your records a bit. So the fibre needles are quite okay, and I've got a little fibre cutter, and it's just fun. You sandpaper them and you put them back in, and play a couple of records in the afternoon. And it's got a really soft sound. It's a beautiful sound. It's very it's just quiet, and it doesn't work particularly well in complex music. It just sort of congeals and doesn't sound good at all. But for solo, particularly solo violin, it's got an ethereal quality. It's really quite pleasant.
Oh, that's wonderful. What are the fibres made of?
Bamboo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to the big green shed and picked up a bamboo, I think it was a light or something, a bamboo light holder for $3.
Yeah.
And sectioned it up with the angle grinder and then use a Stanley knife and you cut it into little tiny miniature triangles and then use sandpaper to square it up and 2 grits. It's quite a process really, but once you've sharpened a few, they last for a while, because once they're formed you can just keep resharpening them.
Oh, do it with sandpaper?
Yeah, with just a couple of grits of sandpaper, and I got a needle sharpener from a fellow in England. I got it really cheap, and that's suitable for toothpicks. So
excellent.
Yeah, so I got some toothpicks. And
how do they sound?
They sound good. They don't last quite as well as the other fibre needles. They usually get a good side out of it, and very quiet, but look, they're absolutely fine. What I had to do, I've been reading about all this online. There's so many experts on this in this field. There's so many people who just love the gramophone experience.
Yeah.
And what people typically do is harden them in a wood hardener. So I have a product, it's used to sort of fix up rotten windowsills and stuff.
Yeah.
And you soak them in the wood hardener and then in the air dryer for about 15 minutes and let it really just dry out completely.
Yeah.
And then, you can section them off and you got to cut the very tip off, and this little device sharpens it up to exactly the right starly size.
Oh, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got like a little bit of emery board and you slide the thing along.
What shape is the tip supposed to be?
Well, it's a spherical shape in the instance of the toothpicks, so it's just like a toothpick, really. It's just like a very sharp toothpick. But not too... the toothpicks have a very sort of long point, if you know what I mean.
I do, and I know what that's like. To slide in between your teeth.
Yes, exactly. That's it. So, and that's not so suitable because the tip will just break off.
That's right.
So you have to chop the very top off and then just reform it slightly. But it's very easy to do, and they work well. They work really well. And the other one is the bamboo ones, which I think has got a better. I think it's a better result overall. They're a bit more robust, and you get a stronger tone. And you have to have the husk edge of the bamboo in the groove. It's got to be pointed. Next time I'll show you. You can get a sense of where the point is and where the husk is.
Yeah.
And they work really well. It's completely fine. I mean, it's an acoustic experience, very frequency limited. It's not for quals. You don't listen for that reason. But it's just something quite beautiful about using an ancient machine and going through the rituals of winding it up and putting a record on and knowing you're not going to damage it. Because that's the reason I never used to use wind-up gramophones was I was always worried that I'd be wrecking the records with steel needles, particularly rarer discs. So now I'm just taking a little pile into the lounge room, and while I'm doing dinner or whatever, I'll play a few. And I found some records I'd completely forgotten I had. So I might feature a couple of them tonight as well.
Good.
Yeah, some beautiful recordings of violinists. Absolutely amazing stuff. I mean, just remarkable. And cellists, so we can, have a couple of little specialty features, I think.
Oh, that'll be excellent.
Yeah, I just yearn to use the collection to it. I mean, obviously we embrace it here on this program, but also, in other situations as well. So, it's been quite an exciting thing. Yay. All right, I've got a 20s hit. It's Carter's Orchestra. I don't know anything about Carter's Orchestra. I think they made quite a few records. It was one of the many bands around in the 20s. I think it was. I can't testify as to who they are. It's recorded about 1928. If I remember correctly, it's quite a hot track. Name of the track is Breeze. What's it called? It's got a subtext too. Breeze. Blow My Baby Back to Me is the name of it. So here we go. It's a bit of a themey song, and I'm on the SP10. I think I've got noise reduction squared up, all ready to zip. So, an old Brunswick from about 1928. Let's have a listen.
Blues all day since early morn. You came all whispering through the trees. When I woke up this morning, she was gone. Sweet breeze, you blew her from my side. She was my blushing bride, so hear my plea. Hear me begging you upon my knees, blow her back, sweet evening breeze, blow my baby back to me.
Okay, we just heard Carter's Orchestra, also known as Hotel Miami Orchestra, from 1928, I believe. It comes up on the Discogs file, but no other information about them. I seem to remember in the past I tried to chase info on this group without much success, but yeah, it's a bit of fun. And on an old Brunswick, a bit of a, I thought it was that more upbeat than that. That's Breeze. And the other side is Shine On Harvest Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which we'll save for another. Oh, the other side's the A side. All right.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah. We'll save that one for another time. But one track from this era that really did strike a chord. I listened to on my way to work. It came up on the. On the feed, these algorithms that sort of feed you what you hear, create a positive feedback loop. So
Yeah, right.
a veritable echo chamber. Yeah, which can be very problematic when it comes to social media and various things. People,
Yeah, I know.
I know. We sort of get trapped in our own little zone, but music-wise, I suppose it gives us is a feel-good factor. But this, I've known this record for a very long time, and I hadn't thought of it until this morning when it was bestowed upon me again. I was reminded of it, and it's a recording of Jan Garber and his orchestra from 1930,
Yeah.
and it's a tune we'll all know, Putting on the Ritz.
Oh, very good.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem sits? Pouring on the Ritz. Spangled gowns upon a bevy of high brown from down the levee, all misfits putting on the Ritz. Why, that's where each and every Lulu belle goes every Thursday evening with her swell bow rubbing elbows. Come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits putting on the Ritz.
I love that song. I love its melodic shape and all that octave displacement.
Beautiful stuff.
It's good fun, yes.
Very Jewish.
It certainly is. Irving Berlin wrote the tune for a film of the same title, and Harry Reichman sang it in the film. And it's one of those films where they had the dance sequences in 2-part Technicolor, back in the day, but I don't think the original film. I think the film only survives as a 16mm duplicate from much later.
That's a shame.
Which is a pity. So we've got a vestige of it, but nothing like the full scope of the original film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Now, it was in the back of my mind while listening to that this morning that I remember many years ago hearing a recording of Fred Astaire singing it.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever heard.
Yeah, it was in 1946. It was much later on. But I seem to have found a band version of it. I think he danced it. I think it was reintroduced as well as films that's endured over the decades. Of course, there's the 80s version of it with Taco.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Which was a bit of a weird one. But here we go. Putting on the Ritz. Look, I have listened now to the Fred Astaire, and there was a light. I remember hearing a small combo, like a light instrumental pseudo jazz combo with Fred Astaire, recorded in the 50s of him sing it. I'd love to find that, but I don't think this is it. But I'll listen to this anyhow, and I'll keep searching and see if we can find the other version. But here we go. And it's a decade, well, more than a decade, 16 years later. Styles changed quite a bit.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. Now if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits, putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits, putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper, come let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their mitts, putting on the Ritz.
Okay, impulse tests on 160 on UHF. Wow, how about that? High energy and so rhythmic. It's incredible. Fascinating arrangements. How styles changed within 15 odd years.
That's right.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
There's another Fred Astaire that we've played, I think.
Yeah.
Which is just quicker in tempo than the first part of it was.
Yeah. I found the other one. I found the one I was looking for.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I'll play this. It's more intimate. It's a small combo, I think. I might be wrong. I just sampled it briefly, but I think it's the one.
That sounded like it was straight from a film.
Yeah, I think it's straight off the movie. It's a soundtrack. Yeah, it's come straight out. But what you often hear on those extended movie versions is you get an insight into the orchestration. And there was a lot happening in the
real lot.
It was
supercharged.
It was just fabulous arrangement.
Yeah.
I love the interplay between the strings and then those flourishes, and it was just so much detail and complexity in that arrangement.
Tight, aren't they?
Yeah, totally amazing.
Must be very good musos, those people.
Oh, look, they could sight read anything. I think they were just doing it all the time, and they knew the style, they felt the style, and there's just an aliveness. It's so good to hear. It's like all those old cartoons.
That's right, same thing.
Yeah, they just had these amazing old arrangements, which just anyone they just could play off the top of their heads. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. All right, well, here's the other version from the same year. I think this is also from 1946, and again featuring Fred Astaire. And I'm not sure exactly what the combination, but we'll certainly find out.
Putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz. Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air, high hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. Now if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper, come let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their mitts. Putting on the Ritz. Now if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying mighty hard to look like super duper. Mr. Cooper, come let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their mitts. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that finished very abruptly.
Very.
I was wanting to hear the ending. It just cut off. Never mind, I do like the vibe. It's just that Fred Astaire is such an adaptable musician. He really did well with that, I thought.
He certainly did. He does everything perfectly, doesn't he?
I know. He's just got he feels the rhythm. It's in his soul.
Yeah.
And he gets away with it. He just feels it.
Hungarian.
Don't know. I don't know what his background. I think it might be a Germanic background.
Could be, don't know.
Let's find out what his ancestry were. Fred Astaire, because his sister was the big fame, Adele Astaire.
She was.
Yeah, and they sort of had a dancing act together, and it was well after they were well known as a duo that she got married, and then he had to find someone else to dance with.
Yeah, that's right. You got Ginger Rogers.
Yeah, and she came into the scene. Here we go. 1899 to 1987. What's his early years? Let's see. Fred Astaire was born Frederick Austerlitz. Austerlitz, son of Joanna Ann and Friedrich Fritz Emanuel Austerlitz.
German.
German immigrants from East Prussia and Alsace. Okay, his father was born in Linz in Upper Austria.
Yeah.
In the Hungarian. I don't think he's Jewish. I think he's German. Yes, doesn't say anything about a Jewish heritage there. But interesting. Okay, well, Astaire.
Interesting indeed.
It is interesting. It's good to hear. It's good to sort of know what people's background, because they're really first generation Americans in a sense. Yeah. Okay, well, since we've sort of been riffing the Ritz, maybe I should play the taco version, because I know there are people listening who really do like the 80s.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong. This is good. In fact, it's quite sort of, I'm not into Halloween, but it's probably... It's a
bit creepy, isn't it?
It is. It's Halloween-esque. It's sort of...
like it.
It's got that sort of creepy, weird vibe, and the video's full of skeletons and weird things happening. Everyone's covered in cobwebs, and he's got this strange sort of... I don't know, zombie-esque type manner. And his name was Taco Ockers, Ockerse, and he was known as Taco. He's Indonesian-born Dutch musician.
Oh, yeah.
Still going strong. Yeah, he was born in 1955, so he's 69 now. And, yeah, he scored a huge hit with this in 1982. So the tune just endures and endures, keeps going. So, but this is a total reimagining of it. Oh, it couldn't be more different, but it's still the same. All right, here we go. Taco, Putting on the Ritz, 1982.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz. Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and arrow collars, white spats and lots of dollars, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fits. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz.
The Ritz. Dining one, but not till noon.
The time is right for us tonight.
We can move
to the rhythm. We can move, dance to the rhythm. Nice and easy.
I want you to
putting it on, putting it on, putting it on. The R-I-T-Z. How about you and me, says. Gotta dance.
There we go. Taco back in 1982. And he's reimagining of the song. It's very inventive, actually.
It is. Yeah, they use the electronics very well.
They do. I like that sort of pure sine wave sound in the 80s. You get that sort of very...
Yeah, I know. It was all analog, of course.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
That they used the vocoder effect there with the super duper.
Oh, okay. That's what they're using. Yes, that makes sense.
It does, and it was pretty effective, I thought.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely, it's a real signature sound of that time.
Oh, very much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love it. So Taco, of course, is touring the world, still singing the song. He's just put on about an extra 20 kilograms, but but he's still going strong. He's out there.
It's gone to his stomach.
Yeah, a little bit. But, yeah, he's a bit of a force of nature. He's got a great sense of humour. I've watched a few videos and he sort of laughs about it all, the whole thing. But, yeah, he's quite candid. Now, one thing I've noticed, there's a couple of things, actually. One is that they got rid of even very early on, by 1946, they had expunged the racist lyrics.
Yes, I noticed that in the first version.
Yes. By the time Fred Astaire was singing it in 1946, they completely revamped the lyrics. It got rid of the highbrow stuff.
Yeah.
And so I thought
you wouldn't get away with that today.
Oh, God, no. It's so not on PC. And it's quite awkward, really. Horrible.
Indeed.
But... yeah, and the other thing is I've noticed it's sort of got less and less Jewish as it's got sort of in subsequent generations. I think that it's become sort of more jazz and it's been sort of absorbed into the traditions. So I thought I'd finish with the absolute original.
Oh, please.
Yeah, this is it. This is where the song was written for the film. This is it with Harry Reichman in the film, and it's very Jewish. It really is, and it's really worth listening to. It's quite powerful, actually. So I just have to quickly find the cue because it's in the film. I've got to dial it up. It's for I've got the time stamp here, but I've just got to make sure I find it. And it seems like they've done some work on the film using AI. There's a bit of interest in this subject.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. So again, it's one of these things with a dance sequence. But Harry Reichman, who was a Jewish himself, he was a big sort of theatre star. Here we go. So I think they announced it, and so yes, it's presented as a stage show. It's sort of one of those big magic moments in these early musicals where everything sort of. I don't think it necessarily relates to the plot at all.
No.
They just used to do that. Used to suddenly stop action. Here we go. Here's a big musical number.
Big performance.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone walks into a theatre and then they just they go to town. So there's lots of movement on stage. It's quite dark, and but here we go. from the original film, what remains of it, because it's only a second-generation print, sadly, but we've got enough info to make good sense of it. Putting on the Ritz in 1930, recorded 1929, I think.
Oh, he's splendid, isn't he? Oh, what's next?
Putting on the Ritz.
Have you seen the well-to-do up on Lennox Avenue, on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? High hats and colored collars, white hats and $15, spending every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem sits, putting on the Ritz? Spangled gowns upon a bevy of high browns from down the levee, all misfits, putting on the Ritz. That's where each and every Lulu Belle goes, every Thursday evening with her swell beau. Robbie elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits, putting on the Ritz.
Back in 1930, that film was released, and it's
lovely little tears to Piccadilly there.
Yes, indeed. It's so true. There are about 200 people on stage. It's just incredible.
Sounds enormous.
And even the scenery moves to the music.
Boy.
It's like a faux New York.
Yeah.
And it's all sort of moving around in the background. So everything's animated.
All very brash, isn't it?
It is very brash. In fact, look, I've got to read you something about Reichman's career. He was just this larger-than-life personality. He's crazy. It's so interesting. Harry Reichman, born Henry Reichman Jr. in 1895, American singer, actor, dancer, comedian, pianist, songwriter, band leader, and nightclub performer. Most popular in the 20s and 30s, born in Cincinnati to Russian Jewish parents, Henry and Katie Goldner Reichman. Yeah. His father died when he was 14. What else to say? Yes, Reichman began playing piano in a Cincinnati salon at 10. God. At 18, he changed his name to Harry Reichman, by which time he was already a professional entertainer in vaudeville, and he was claiming to make $25,000 a week in 1931.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he owned a popular nightclub, a speakeasy, the Club Reichman.
Oh, he probably did make that money.
Yeah, exactly. Which was located next to Carnegie Hall.
Oh, my God.
I love these stories.
Talk about larger than life.
Yeah, definitely. The room was large, seating 240 people, and it was designed to look like a patio with fake windows that opened out to scenes painted in the windows. Oh
my God.
It's crazy stuff. The roof was painted with stars to reflect the spotlight on the performers.
Oh.
It was a popular location until it burnt down in 1929. Oh. Okay, eventually.
It was sabotage.
Yeah, probably. I dare say it would have been. And it was and talked about how he appeared in a show called Scandals and accompanied Mae West. Oh, it was all sorts of anecdotes, talks about this film. His career was short-lived. Wait for this. His career was short-lived due to his somewhat overpowering personality.
Yeah, you can hear it, can't you?
Yes, you can. And he's very Jolson-esque in that respect, isn't
Very
he?
much so.
Yes.
A lot of Jolson in there.
Yes, I think you're right. Yes. His career was short-lived due to overpowering personality and his limited acting skills.
Oh, okay.
This made little difference to his career as he remained a popular nightclub host and stage performer. Yes, he's a popularist. He made it. But interestingly, they give, in these wiki pages, they always give people's political affiliations. Now, I would have assumed he would have been a Republican, but no, he was a Democrat. And he sang at Democrat conventions right up to the 40s.
Good on him.
So, yeah, there we go. How about that? What an interesting character.
Oh, yeah. He lived a man of many parts.
Yeah. He lived until 1972. It's Harry Reichman. And the original singer and, film with the same name, Putting on the Ritz. So it just, that was a rabbit hole and a half.
Oh, that was terrific. He was perfect for that song, wasn't he?
He was. But I love the Jewish inflection. That,
oh, yeah.
All that. I know. It's marvellous.
Yes.
Yeah, it really works well.
It's all like an incantation.
Yes, it is. It is. You often hear that in Irving Berlin's writing. There's a subtext. There's a real feeling for the culture. Yeah. But of course, Irving Berlin lived on and on and on and on and on.
Over 100, wasn't he?
Yeah, over 100. Yeah, he's lived into contemporary times. Amazing. And he started off with Ragtime Band. In fact, you could hear
his Ragtime Band.
Yeah, back in 1911. Now, interesting. That's a long time ago. Interesting that in the Taco performance of Putting on the Ritz, they referenced Alexander's Ragtime Band in the musical quotes towards the end of the song. Yeah, another Irving Berlin songs. Interesting. So there's a little connection there as well. But anyhow, all right. Well, what next? I haven't even thought beyond this. I sort of got swept up in the flourish.
Oh, that was terrific.
It was good fun. Yeah, good to hear that. Harry Reichman and his magnum opus. Oh, I might reach over into the pile of foreign records and see. Oh, here we go. First one is Tokyo Boogie Woogie. I think I played this in recent times, but look, why not?
You did, but it's good.
It is good. All right, we'll play it since it's the top of the pile. It's a Nippon Columbia Kawasaki Japan, and yes, I think this has got a good vibe to it. So back to whoops, gotta get the needle in the groove. Back to the 1940s. And I can't tell you anything else.
心ズキズキワクワク海を渡り響くは東京ブギウギブギの踊りは世界の踊り二人の夢のあの歌口笛吹く恋とブギのメロディー燃ゆる心の歌マイ恋の歌声に君と踊ろうよ今宵も月の下で東京ブギウギ沈むキウギ心ズキズキワクワク正義の歌心の歌東京ブギウギヘイ太鼓叩いて風に踊ろうよ歌おうよ君も僕も愉快な東京ブギウギブギを踊れば世界は一つ同じリズムとメロディーを手拍子とって歌おうブギのメロディー燃ゆる心の歌マイ恋の歌声に君と踊ろうよ今宵も星を浴びて東京ウキウキ沈むキウキ心ズキズキワクワク世界の歌楽しい歌東京ブギウギブギウギ陽気な歌東京ブギウギブギウギ正義の歌歌え踊れよブギウギ
Yay, Tokyo Boogie Woogie. And I have no idea who's singing on that. It's it's a well-loved record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's had the treatment, but yes, been steeled by lots of steel needles, lots of love, and yeah, I can only tell you it's Japanese. Now, there is a record here I've been wanting to play for a long time. I've been wanting to sort of play it in your presence. It features Midge Williams, and this is a record made in Japan as well. And I knew there was one Midge Williams records in this pile. Her heritage is fascinating. She was an African-American swing and jazz vocalist during the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
She died very young. She died at the age of 36 of tuberculosis, sadly. Oh. But she went to Japan in 1934 and made some records, and there are other recordings with Louis Armstrong later on and various things. I might even search for some of the others while we're listening to these.
Yeah.
But she's great. She's really great. She's really got the style, and she's up there with the top American artists of her time. But she just happened to be in Japan and made some recordings in 1934, and is one of her discs here. So. Really keen to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love these labels. It's a Columbia Japanese, and all it says is a jazz song, Dinah, Midge Williams, and the Columbia Jazz Band.
Yeah.
So we'll have a listen to Midge, and I can fill you in with a few biographicals maybe in between, and we'll see what else there is online. But I did sample this many weeks ago, and it's really worth listening. She's just amazing. So here we go, back to 1934.
Oh, Dinah, 麗しの君、コルコの花時といて、ありがとう、Dinah、麗しの君、若き人へすまき、秋がれる。Oh, Dinah、夢に君を抱く、やがて抱く、しかと胸に。Dinah、私の恋 Watashi no shaiyo, watashi no dainali. Oh, Dinah, is there anyone finer in the state of Carolina? If there is, then you know, short to me, oh, Dinah, with the Dixie eyes blazing, how I love to sit and gaze to the eyes of Dinah Lee. Why, Dinah, every night, oh, why do I shake with fright? Because my dynamite, she changed her mind about me. Oh, Dinah, 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 if she wanted to China, I would hop an ocean liner just to be with Dinah Lee. Short to me, oh, Dinah, with the Dixie eyes blazing, how I love to sit and gaze into the eyes of Dinah Lee. My Dinah, give him the oh, Dinah, if she'd wander to China, I would have an ocean liner, just to be with Dinah Lee.
Midge Williams.
Oh, how good's that?
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it fabulous stuff?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she's...
perfect Japanese.
Yeah,
with the accent and everything.
I know. She's so beautiful. I really, I just found that amazing.
Very endearing, isn't it?
Yeah, she was a very slight disposition, and I think there was, when she was reading here, there was arsenic in the water when she grew up, so she had a weakened constitution. That's contributed to her death at an early age. But, look, I'll play the other side, and I'll play a couple more because I just think this is so good to hear.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, the other side, you'll love this one. This is Lazy Bones.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this is...
Hoagie
Carmichael, of course, yes. So, again, with the Columbia Jazz Band, Midge Williams, definitely recorded 1934. I can verify that with authority. And, another Columbia Nippon release.
Oh, go, go on. 昼寝です食事の時が来ても何も見えぬ食べずに寝れ釣りに行けば釣りぬことはせんねいのり世はすべて神の胸に任せますり、いつも実の稼ぎもない わしゃ負けたです Oh, lazy bone, sleeping in the sun. How you expect to get your day's work done? Never get your day's work done. Sleeping in the noonday sun. Oh, lazy bone, sleeping in the shade. How you expect to make all your cornmeal made? Never get your cornmeal made. Sleeping in the noonday shade. When taters need friend, I bet you keep the friend. Bugs fall off of the vine. And when you go fishing, I bet you keep wishing the fish won't grab at your line. Oh, lazy bone, loafing through the day. How you expect to make a dime that way? Never make a dime that way. But looky here, never heard a word that I said.
Midge Williams. Oh yeah, hearing it sung in Japanese is just something so marvelous. It's just great to hear this music in a different guise dressed up differently.
Oh yeah,
and it works so well. Yeah, and I think it's really special to hear an African American singer of such talents. And
she captures the Japanese feel as well, doesn't she?
She does. I agree. She does really well. It's amazing. They made one other record, and I'll play it in a minute because it's there's an anthology of her music online, and I've been able to source it.
Oh, great!
But I'll just read a little thing. She was with a group called the Williams Four, and a talent scout heard the act and signed them for engagements in China and Japan in 1933, and the group went to Shanghai and went to Japan. In 1934, she made these recordings on her own, and in later that year, they returned to California, but shortly thereafter, her brother died from an accidental gunshot wound.
God.
These things in their San Francisco home, my God. Yeah. She became a regular performer on the radio, and she did gigs with Ella and others. And there's a recording I'd like to play shortly with Teddy Wilson, which is just amazing.
Brilliant.
And she toured with Louis Armstrong's orchestra in the late 30s and all over the country, and became sort of synonymous with him, but they made no recordings, sadly. Which is a bit of a shame. And she sort of did the nightclub circuit things. But so I'll play just a couple more. One more from her Japanese sessions, these recordings made in 1934, right at the very beginning of her career. And here's a take on St. Louis Blues.
Love 輝く一末君あしくる髪もて心持って遊ぶ我が人は我から離れてこのセンブルーブルーのやうせなさやうせなさ長心は皆ぞこの石のごとさなくば我よい心さらぬものをas blue as I can be. Oh Lord, that man got a heart like a rock cast in the sea. Or else he wouldn't have gone so far from me. I got this St. Louis blues just as blue as I can be. I got those old St. Louis blues.
Wow, how about that? Midge Williams with the Columbia Orchestra there. The Columbia, what do they call themselves? The Columbia Jazz Band or something.
Amazing.
Yeah, so recorded in Tokyo back in 1934. Amazing stuff. It's pretty special. She made recordings apparently with Teddy. Yes, here we go. With Teddy. Yeah, Teddy Wilson and his orchestra. This is the same band at the same time who recorded with Billie Holiday. So it's pretty much it's the same ensemble. Yes, it features Ben Webster and Teddy Wilson.
Oh,
and
lovely.
yeah, it's a Cozy Cole on the drums. And it's a small ensemble recording. So they did a session. So I should play one of them. And then there's one other after that, and that'll complete our little session. Here we go. Midge Williams, Where the Lazy River Goes By. So let's have a listen, and I'm vk3sl.
vk3sl.
she's a major talent. That was just superb. Midge Williams, and
Beautifully done.
yeah, she really shines in a small ensemble setting. That had an intimacy not unlike Billy's recordings. Oh, that's fabulous stuff.
Lovely stuff. Is there much more of that?
There's not a lot, but there's a few more. I want to hear more. I just think that she's just a major force that I wasn't expecting to hear. That quality. I mean, yeah, all the recordings are great, but there's something very intimate and very homogenous about that. I think a small ensemble always brings out the best in an artist, and you really get a sense of where their true spirit is when they're with a small group. Because
exactly right.
There's so much more interplay. Look, here's another recording, a vocalion from 1938, and a different combo. I think I haven't got the list, but check this one out. It's called In Any Language.
Whether it's a serenade in Spain, whether it's a love song by the Seine, in any language they're saying the same, I love you. Whether it's a Russian refrain, or if it's by Memphis to Shane, in any language they're saying the same, I love you. In any clime, with any rhyme, what do the lips of lovers impart? There is no other tongue, love is the mother tongue of each and every heart. Out of a Venetian blue lagoon, off beneath the Yankee Doodle moon, in any language they're saying the same, I love you. Love is the mother tongue of each and every heart out on a Venetian blue lagoon, off beneath the Yankee Doodle moon. In any language they're saying the same, I love you. In any old language they're saying the same, I love you.
Yay, that was Midge Williams and her Jazz Jesters.
Oh, boy.
Yay, featuring Buster Bailey and Charlie Shavers, others. And that was one of quite a... Seems like there's two volumes of an anthology of all her recordings. I think there's about 15, 20 recordings all told of her throughout her career. There's not that many. And... But look, I'll try and feature something else. I just love it. I just think she's great. I really think she's got the spirit.
She certainly has.
Yeah, and I put up on a high pedestal. Here we go. Here's another one. Here's a recording with Bunny Berrigan. Oh, wow. This will be good. It's it all begins and ends with ... Okay, let's hear more Midge Williams. This one has a bit of a cue, and I know this label. It'll take us a moment to get the needle in the groove.
my future's in your hands, that's how the matter stands. It all begins and ends with you. Can't I be more than friends with you? Please say what you intend to do. It's time I knew. Tell me that you love me. Give romance a start. My very life depends on you. It all begins and ends with you, sweetheart.
That's Midge Williams with Bunny Berrigan, whose style I also really admire.
It's lovely.
He's just got such a relaxed feeling on the trumpet. Oh, it's great. Yeah, so just celebrating her craft. I mean, this is a real discovery. There's been two major discoveries this week, Ralph Towner and Midge Williams. Two artists. Yes, it's marvellous stuff. I'll play her last recording, the recording she made in 1946, shortly before she sort of had to retire from the industry.
Did she die?
She died in, around about that time, I think.
Yeah, not long after.
No.
TB, you said.
Yeah. Oh, no, she lived until 1952. But her last recording was in 1946.
Right.
Yeah. She died of... Gosh, so she would have been young when she made the last recording. She was still probably in her 20s.
Yeah.
Goodness
late 20s, I think.
Yeah. But I think she had a really fragile constitution. She's very slight. And... I think...
we called her Midge, I mean, that's...
Yeah, it says it all, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
She died of TB, age of 36, my goodness me, 1952. But yes, I think her last recording, it says here, she sang Cow Cow Boogie on the
I love that.
Yeah, on the Jack Webb show, and is her last known recording. So, here we go. Throughout 46, she appeared at Moda 440 Club, the first lesbian bar in San Francisco. Wow, how about that?
Nice.
And reported she had joined the review at Shirley Cordlett's Long Bar show, but it goes on. There's all sorts of things. She was quite active for a bit, but she didn't make any other recordings. So this is the last known recording of Midge Williams in 1946. So I'm going to line it up. Here we go. Find the track. Cow Cow Boogie. It's off an off-air recording on the Jack Webb show.
Right.
It's the blues. It's Midge Williams.
Out on a plane down near Santa Fe, I met a cowboy riding the range one day, and as he jogged along, I heard him singing the most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Come to yeah, come to yippee-yi, by getting on. Get hip, little dog, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Get hip, little doggy, and he trucked him on down the old fairway, singing his cow boogie in the strangest way. Come to yeah, come to yippee-yi, singing his cowboy song. He's just too much. He's got a knockout western accent with a holler. He was raised on local weed. He's what you call a swing half-breed. singing his cow boogie in the strangest way. Come at the ay-yi, come at the yippee-yi, why get along? Get hip, little doggy, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Get hip, little doggy, and he trucked him on down the old fairway, singing his cow boogie in the strangest way. Come at the ay-yi, come at the yippee-yi, singing his cowboy song. He's just too much. He's got a knockout western accent with that Harlem touch. He was raised on local weed. He's what you call a swing half-breed, singing his cow boogie in the strangest way. Come at the ay-yi, come at the yippee-yi, yip, 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 come at the ay-yi, yippee-yi.
Yay, there we have. She got the inflections just right.
Perfect stuff.
It really was. It's the spot on. Didn't Ella and the Ink Spots do a version of that song?
It sure did. It's my favourite version.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's really good. We'll save it. We'll save it for tomorrow.
She's pretty right up there, though.
I think she's there. I think she's in the top league. She's just sort of probably just, wasn't able to maintain the physical, constitution to be able to keep working at the highest level.
It seems like she did a fair bit, though, didn't she?
Yeah, look, she did. And look, what I'll do is I've been able to sort of find this anthology, and I'm just going to quickly, I've emailed it to myself, so I just have to go through the motions here. But I can download it and let it ride the program for today. So we can let this one, here we go, the complete Midge Williams Volume 1. I've got Volume 1.
Brilliant.
And all I need to do is click on this and it'll give us the playlist. This is a bit of a system here. And I'm going to kick in partway through because we've played a few of these tracks. So for the next 20 minutes, half an hour or so, we'll hear some more Midge Williams while I go and check dinner missions and stuff like that.
Go and order some.
Yeah, no worries. Well, Frank, it's been a pleasure.
Always is, Steve.
Yeah, likewise. And we look forward to your company later on.
I think I should be well back by in time for missions.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back, and if I can, I'll talk to Clint.
Yeah, sure. Do that, and just chime in whenever you're ready. I'll probably only go for about an hour or so.
Sounds ideal.
Yeah. Just play a few 78s.
A huge week coming up.
Yeah, sure. No worries. Okay. We look forward to your company there. So thank you, listeners. Thank you for tuning in.
Good evening to the listener.
Yes.
Especially to Jamie, if you happen to be listening.
Yes.
The lunch with Jamie didn't happen because he couldn't get off work.
Oh, really? He's back at work, which is good.
It is good. The library's changing a whole lot of things, and he had to be there to learn about it.
Oh, I see. So
on that particular day, unfortunately.
Oh, really? That was the transition day for him. Okay.
He was missed, much missed.
Never mind. All right. Well, please, we'll pass on my best if you're speaking to him. And
make a point of seeing to her speaking on Monday. So,
yeah. Okay. All right. So let's have more Midge for the next little while, and I'll say my Cheerios now, and we'll be back again tonight at 11 o'clock.
Likewise from vk3sl, going clear.
Okay. Thanks so much, Frank. And all right, folks, thank you again. And I'm vk3sl. And just a reminder that tomorrow afternoon we might just have something to keep the airwaves warm for just a short period, but I won't be doing an official program, but certainly back on board on Sunday. Here we go, Midge Williams, Volume 1. Let's hear some of these remarkable recordings from an artist I knew nothing about until this evening.
I don't believe I ever realized the extent to which American customs and manners and entertainment has permeated the entire civilized world until I met up with Midge Williams, our next artist. The movies, of course, have carried Americanisms to every nook and cranny of the giddy globe. But performers get around in person, too, it seems, from Panama City to Harbin and Manchuria. The language of jazz music is a common tongue, spread through the world by adventurous people of the theater who take an audience and a weekly pay envelope where they can find it. Midge Williams is a Negro girl from San Francisco, originally, who has traveled all over the world with a song on her lips. Her records in Oriental tongues are best sellers in the Far East. Hollywood knows her well, too, and so does Lenox Avenue. Her first song tonight, the lament of exiled Negro artists everywhere, and a serenade for Joe Louis on the eve of battle. I've got Harlem on my mind. Presenting Midge Williams.
Emeralds in my bracelet, diamonds in my ring, a Riviera chateau and a lot of other things, and I'm blue, so blue am I. Lots of ready money in 7 different banks. I counted up this morning, it's about 1 million francs, and I'm blue, so blue, and I know why. I got Harlem on my mind. I've a longing to slow down, 'cause my Polly ain't nothing to with Harlem on my mind. Now I've been winding night and night, and I'm heading for the showdown, 'cause I can go on from night till dawn with Harlem on my mind. Why go to supper with a French marquis each evening after the show? My lips begin to whisper mon chéri, but my heart keeps buzzing, but needless man, everything you don't despise. And at night I hate to go down to that highfalutin club that ladies in those east side, with Harlem on my mind.
Miss Midge Williams' most recent engagement overseas was at the Cafe Florida in Tokyo, Japan. The Florida is what would be called a taxi dance hall in New York or Chicago. Dancing partners are available to gentlemen patrons at a standard fee. But according to Midge, and her description is checked by several much-traveled friends of mine, the establishment is conducted on a plane of almost unbelievable decorum. A favorite among the international clientele of the Florida and Tokyo, Midge Williams' version of Diner in Japanese.
Oh, Dinah, who'd have watched you know me? Coro Barano, Anatoki Soite, Ostiasa, Dinah, who'd have watched you know me? Pasta di tomati occhi, Akugale limoni. Oh, Dinah, limoni, io, da su, lo posso da su, ti canto mileni. Oh, Dinah, Dinah, what's the deal for Easter? What's the deal for yo-yo? What's the deal for Dinah? Oh, so cute.
Tonight we have with us again that girl you liked so well last week, the girl who sang Dinah in Japanese. To the attention of managers planning musical shows for next season, we commend this small bundle of dark dynamite, this explosion in chocolate, this brown bomberette, Midge Williams.
Oh, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Oh, it don't mean a thing, all you've got to sing. Oh, it makes no difference whether you're sweet or hard. Give that rhythm everything you got now. It don't mean nothing if you ain't got that swing. Oh, but don't get it but laugh because we learn. Now it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. It's not love but a little bit, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Oh, makes no difference whether you're sweet or hard. And give that rhythm everything you got now. It don't mean nothing if you ain't got that swing. Keep up, keep up, it don't mean nothing. Oh, it don't mean nothing if you ain't got that swing.
while rhythm is hot, hot, hot as can be. Come on and dance, start swinging and singing. That is the melody. What you gonna do when the night is young and you wanna swing and you can get swung? I'm telling you, you're gonna be blue when there ain't no swing. Monkey dancing on a string to the organ grinder swing. Drop a nickel in his hat like a rich aristocrat. Every penny that you fling, oh, makes that organ grinder swing. Da, 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 da. Oh, know what he do. Now do we get a lot of thrills leaning out of our windowsills, listening to a catchy thing like the organ grinder swing? Oh, but oh, does it there? Love, but it is stop his winking, you'll hear a peaceful sigh, and his slumber will be deep as he tumbles off to sleep to the magic of a rhythm lullaby. but there'll be cornbread and fried chicken. There'll be no picking cotton, cotton will be forgotten at the Alabama barbecue. There'll be no high preaching or praying, but there'll be some swinging and swaying, and there'll be no baptizing, but there'll be harmonizing at the Alabama barbecue. Keep the banjo strumming, keep things humming, this great day's coming to you, and there'll be no time for complaining, but there'll be sunshine and no raining. There'll be no room for Satan when we start celebrating at the Alabama barbecue. Copper-colored gal of mine, loved you 'cause you're so refined. Will you always be my singing vine? Copper-colored gal of mine, you've done something to my heart. You've upset my apple cart. Tell me when the honeymoon is shine. Copper-colored gal of mine, oh gee, you're sweet as can be. You're aces with me, and I mean aces high. Me oh my, you know why? Come on, honey, name the day. Wedding band is on the way. Life with you will be divine. Oh, you copper-colored gal of mine.
I hear somebody coming up on his toes. Oh, look, there he goes. Why, Mr. Ghost is going to town. He takes his cane, his gloves, and his hat, and like a cat he hurries down the alley. The moon is bright, and this is the night when Mr. Ghost is going to town. Oh, feeling great, and he can't be late. He's got a date to do the fancy step, and he'll shake his bones to hot saxophone sauce. Mr. Ghost is going to town. Up till now I never knew just what delight meant. Life's just too thrilling for me. We were walking through Clover. With a start my happy heart went bubbling over. Now my excitement is he. He's a sweet somebody, will astray. Just what it's all about. Like a red-hot toddy, he stimulates. I think he's great, and let me say that he's my newest excitement. If he killed me with his lover, there'd be no indictment. Life's just too thrilling, oh, thrilling for me.
My place is always near you, and I know I'll be satisfied, my dear, to string along. No matter how I wind up, my heart has made my mind up. I'm with you, right or everybody knows that it's just a muddy river, but it seems like heaven on high. When the moon is shining bright, oh, let me dream away the night, where the lazy river goes by. Go away, let us be just a river, you and me. Oh, everything is there all along the Mississippi. Ain't no and your reflection in the water seem to say you'll be mine forevermore. On a little bamboo bridge by the waters of Kahlua, you made my dreams come true, sweetheart, when I found you.
You're listening to a test transmission from vk3sl, the music of Midge Williams.
In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, and the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me. I could hear the dull buzz of the bees in the blossom as you sang to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, and the voice that I heard like a song of a bird seemed to whisper sweet music to me. For I could hear the buzz of the bee in the blossoms that you sang to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. Let's begin again, my darling. Kiss me as though you care. Pretend it's the kiss we shared right at the start. Let's begin again. We wander into a danger zone. How careless we both have grown, sweetheart. We started off so sweetly, completely in tune. Somehow the scene has shifted. We've drifted away from the moon. Let's begin again to say goodbye, dear, would be a sin. So let's say hello and begin Oh, let's begin again. We've wandered into a danger zone. How careless we both have grown, sweetheart. We started off so sweetly, completely in tune. Somehow the scene has shifted. We've drifted away from the moon. Let's begin again to say goodbye, dear, will be a sin. So let's say hello and begin again. Get way back, snap your fingers, get over Sally, one and all. Grab your gal and don't you linger. Do that slow drag round the hall. Do that step the Texas Tommy Tommy drop like you're sitting on a long ride slow. That will show the dance hall walking the dog. Get way back and snap your fingers. Get up, Sally, run it on. Grab your gal and don't you linger. Do that slow drag round the hall. Do that step, Texas Tommy, not drop like sitting on a long ride slow. That will show the dance hall walking the dog. Grab your gal and don't you linger. Do that slow drag round the hall. Oh, do that step. Texas Tommy, now drop just like sitting on a long ride slow, and that will show the dance hall walking the dog. Grab your gal and don't you linger. Do that slow drag round the hall. Do that step. The Texas Tommy, now drop just like you're sitting on a long ride slow. That will show the dance hall walking the dog. Oh, you be busting, love me here. But I'll be haunted if that oh, study but do that slow drag round the hall. Oh, do that step. Texas Tommy, drop like sitting on a long ride slow, and that will show the dance hall walking the dog.
Okay, folks, that's all for today. We've been listening to the music of Midge Williams, who is an extraordinary singer, and great to have these anthologies at hand. Thank you for listening. We look forward to your company tonight at 11 o'clock when we'll have more Michiaranese. Thank you again. Cheers for now. I'm vk3sl.